Alright, well, the folks at Super Clean, this is a company that sells cleaning products, saw some of the videos out on the channel, and I don't know if they were impressed by how clean I keep my vehicles or if they saw something that they think their product might help me out, but they asked if I would have a look at some of their products to see how well they work. Well, we have already, if we look down here, we got 3 of them. One of them is a all-wheel cleaner. We're going to be checking out on our little Dirty Frontier right here. Now this is my little beater truck, so I do admittedly don't take very good care of it and keep it clean. The other is a spray foam degreaser, so I'm going to try that stuff out on like an engine bay or something in a little bit. And then the third one is just a regular spray cleaner. Now I used that the other day when I was replacing the rotors on the Escalade, and that stuff actually worked really good to clean underneath the vehicle. Then I could put some oil on it to keep the thing from rusting. So I really like that one. That one worked good. But today we're going to try out this wheel cleaner stuff because, as you can see, it's a little bit in the shade. So let me get a little closer. What I have is a problem with this brake dust. And I don't know about everybody else, but man, brake dust gets all on the inside, and you can see. So we'll go back to the back. You know, it looks kind of dark in the shade there, but let's go see what it ought to look like by the back rim, which doesn't get all the brake dust on it because those are drum brakes on it. So as you can see, we ought to be able to see all of that be nice and painted silver. But that's not the case on the front. So we're going to get set up here and we're going to try this stuff out and see if it'll eat this brake dust off here. And what I'm going to do, I got a blue piece of tape across the middle, so I'm just going to clean one side with regular just soap and bubbles and water. And we're going to see that it doesn't take the dust off because it's really hard to get this stuff off, and I haven't cleaned it very much at all to try to get the dust off of this thing. Then we're going to do the other side with this Super Clean all-wheel cleaner, and we're going to see if it'll actually get that off. Alright, so first up over here on the left side, all I'm going to do is mix up some regular car cleaner. Guys, this is what I wash the cars with, so it's just some cleaner and some water. And then I'm going to give it a little squirt to get it bubbly. And then we're just going to scrub on this side and see, because it will take some of this off with just regular soapy bubbles. So I'll go ahead and do the tire too while I'm at it. Like and under that. And I'm even going to get a toothbrush and try to scrub in there a little bit to try to get some of that off. So let me grab a toothbrush real quick. Alright, so let me get the camera in here and we can see what just soapy bubbles do and why it doesn't clean all this brake dust off. Alright, so this is the side we just scrubbed. This I haven't even done anything with yet. But as you can see, it does clean, you know, it'll clean the stuff that hadn't been on there very long, but like right there, you can see that that black is still on there and it looks nasty, and no amount of scrubbing is going to get that off there because it just doesn't want to come off of that paint. So now we got that side done, so let's switch over here and I'm going to squirt this side with this Super Clean wheel cleaner here, and we're going to see if it'll get that stuff off. Alright, so let's see over on this side if this stuff really works. And there we go. And it does say that you need to use gloves for this stuff, so got some gloves on because it said you don't want to get it on your skin. So I don't know, it's probably got some acids in it or something. Citric acid, who knows? I don't know what's in it. But anyway, it says to wait about 30 seconds and then rinse it off, and then if it's stubborn, then you might want to scrub it. So I'm just going to go ahead and scrub it because I scrubbed that side with the soapy bubbles. If you're wondering whether or not this stuff works or not, I guess I'll give you a spoiler. If you're actually seeing the video, it probably worked, because I get a lot of requests for stuff. You know, people want to check this out, have me look at this, and I never end up making videos for it because the stuff doesn't work. So let's give that just a little bit longer, and then I'm going to scrub it. Let me rinse out my scrubbers here. And there we go. So let's get a close-up of that. Looks like there's a little bit left on there where it was really stained up. Alright, so as we can see, if we zoom back out a little bit, this is the side with the Super Clean wheel cleaner, and it actually did quite well. There's a little bit left on it compared to just the Soapy Bubbles. We can see over here that we got a lot of black left, so I can still see a little bit in the paint right there, so I'm going to hit it again since it was so easy right there compared to right there. So let me set this thing back down, and we're going to hit it one more time over here. And since we've got our comparison, then I'll just go ahead and do this side too. We'll clean all that up, and then we'll be able to see what this stuff does. All right, so the first application did really well. We can see we got a little bit left right here, so I'm just going to hit that again. All right, so let's let that sit on there for 30 seconds, and then we'll scrub that dog again, and let's just see. And we'll just hose it on. All right, so let's get in there close and see what that did. All right, so for the second application there, it actually took almost all of that away. So it looks really good now. This over here, I only have one application on, but you can see it started to work on it. So I have to put a little more on there again, right there. And we'll give it 2 applications. So it looks like it actually works really well. I'm surprised that it'll clean that rim up as well. But it looks like it takes 2 sprayings if it's really like been on there for years and years that I've never been able to get that off. So I'm gonna give this stuff a thumbs up. I think it actually works pretty good. I'll go ahead and reapply right here, get the rest of that, and then down there at the bottom. And then we'll do a little finish video. We'll compare it to the back rim and maybe the other rim over there and just see where we were and what we got to. All right, so after a second application on both sides, you can see that it has actually taken almost all of that brake dust away. The little area up here, I don't think that's brake dust, I think it's pitted, where that's not really dust, I think it's corrosion. But everything else looks really good. So let's just compare that to the other tire that I haven't cleaned yet, because we'll come over here and do it as well. So you can see this is kind of where we were with all of it. All of that right there that wouldn't come off, and all of that. So I think this stuff actually worked pretty good. Well, alrighty, we'll move on to our next one here for another video. I'm going to clean up my little lathe with this other stuff right here. This either the foamy stuff or the regular grease dissolver. So I'm going to clean up the lathe with that, and then we'll probably do underneath the hood for one of the cars with that foamy stuff. Alright, so just in case you couldn't see how clean it was because of the shadows over there by the house when I moved it, I figured I'd show it in the sunlight, and as you can see, it did a really good job of cleaning all that brake dust off this rim. So I am super satisfied with that stuff right there. I think that's going to work well. Well, alrighty. Well, thanks for watching.